a show like this one at the crossroads of pop culture, sports, life. You are at the crossroads of race and popular culture. What do you think shows like this one should be like moving forward here over the next day, 3 weeks? In terms of people, I'm curious as a host of a show like this one, what you think should be the topic of conversation here.
Well, those things you mentioned, you talk about popular culture, you talk about race. I mean, I've always, focused on popular culture because popular culture is something we as a society enjoy. But through popular culture, through sports, there's so much more going on. Sports has been one of the most visible areas in our society in terms of the issue of race for a long time, So there's ways to talk about political issues, racial issues, and sports issues, cultural issues, societal issues. I mean, these things are all connected. A lot of times people try to separate them in their own lanes. Sports and politics don't mix, but sports and politics are life, and they do mix. And I think the conversation has to be, as you've done through sports, that's what you do, but you use that as an opportunity to talk about, bigger issues, more profound issues. Sports is just the introduction, the intro, but you go from there into something that talks about ultimately American society, our country, the culture. I mean, sports, popular culture, that's the surface, but we're going deeper, and I think that emphasis on going deeper and how this explains our society at this time is the way perhaps you could consider proceeding.
Okay, I appreciate the advice, the thoughts. If you ever have a class on the what would you say, the issue of sticking to sports, I'd be happy to speak to your class. I get that response quite a bit on my social media feeds. # stick to sports, all that stuff. Stick to the NFL, all that sort of business. I get that a lot. So
right, I can imagine.
Thank you for the time, Dr. Boyd. Really appreciate it, and I hope your family is healthy, well, and safe.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It's Dr. Todd Boyd here on the Rich Eisen Show.